Alright, here we go. I kind of drew this little bird out on this antler, and I just kind of going real quick here through the first part here till I get some lines drawn on it. I just drew it on there with a pencil real quick. I did have a picture that I was using as a reference on my phone. This didn't actually turn out anything like it. Because the bird that I was looking at was really fat with a little tiny head, and this one had a big head and a small body. So yeah, it wasn't really anything like that, and I was just kind of carving along and just trying to get the biggest part, get the eyes up there where I wanted them, and get them start making the eyeball round there. And yeah, I didn't really have a lot of plans for this one. I didn't draw anything out, just kind of thought I'd make like a little cartoon bird. And as he went along, he just started to look kind of neat. That being that point on the antler going out for his beak, it made that all solid. There was no porosity to that at all. It was real solid right there. Actually, the whole bird turned out to be pretty solid. Real strong part of the antler. As I was doing this part here, I started cutting him off of that antler. I was just going to leave a small little bump there for the back of his head, and round him off, and just do some feather detail on him. And that was really all I had planned on doing. And then started cutting right here, and I thought, boy, that almost looked like a little baseball cap right there. I could get a little baseball hat on him. Man, you just give him a little bit of character, you know. And well, he turned into like Frosty the Snowman. He was like, "Happy birthday!" And man, he just started coming up with a lot of ideas. And that's when the magic happens sometimes, when you're just carving and you got one thing in mind and you still got enough material there to just add in a bunch of details and just start having fun with the carving. So that's what I started doing here. I just started adding stuff to match his hat that he had on backwards. Put some big old feet on him, and started carving his tail feathers out there, and man, it was pretty neat. Just coming up with a bunch of ideas while I was carving, and being able to implement them into the carving. Anybody that's been carving for very long, I'm sure they run into this from time to time. You don't do it all the time. Sometimes you just have a plan and you stick to it, and that's the way it turns out. But sometimes you can just let the character take on its own shapes. Just kind of drew his little feet in there, and man, everything just fit and lined up, and and was able to carve them right in and have his tail come down right behind him. Yeah, the way he was kind of standing there like that, he looked like he should have his hands in his pockets. So I decided to make these little pockets in his sweatshirt. Once I put the pockets on there, that turned into a sweatshirt, and then I had to add all the sweatshirt details to it. But carve his wings down a little bit smaller so I could make it look like they were going into these little pockets. And just putting some little details on the little magical hat there that just kind of changed this whole guy's outlook. I wasn't quite done with them yet, but I wanted to get them smoothed out so I could put some more details in. So I took some real fine sandpaper and just kind of went over it. Kind of took off the rough corners a little bit, and then got the smaller bits out and just started cleaning up all the little corners and lines and detailing out his little toes. Yeah, I was carving along back to like when I said when I started putting the hat on there. It was just kind of neat. The whole vision of this thing just kind of came into my mind, and I was able to just start adding stuff to it. It's really neat when that happens. Even though he was just a little guy, he had a lot of fun little details in him, and everything kind of worked out on him really well. Have you been carving for a while, or just new at it? Man, appreciate the little ones that come out the way you want them. Sometimes they're hard to come by. So. Just putting a little bit of Jacobine Minwax on him after I polished him up. And then just wiping them back off with a rag. Pretty cool. Alright, well, we got their little antler bird carved out. He turned out pretty cool. My wife hates it whenever I say I think this is the coolest one I ever made, because I say that a lot, just about every time I finish one. But yeah, this one here is actually pretty cool, I think. So like the video, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment if you will, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.